Hello and welcome to the 210th hour.
Boom! Down to 40 to go.
Thank you so much for joining us for this hour, our final hour of the day. I'm just going to run through a quick couple of things before we start. So this performance, like all of our performances, is a relaxed performance. So that just means we have a relaxed attitude to any sound or movement from our audience members. If at any point you do want to pop out, if you head through the door at the back, there's some water and stuff out there. Help yourselves and come back in whenever you feel up to it. I'll be over here, so you can give me a wee shout if you need anything. We've got some audio loop headsets as well, so if you want to use those, you totally can. The lights should stay like this throughout. They have been blown out every so often. I will run and put them on, or, sorry, James over here will run and put them on.
Excellent. Thanks, James.
As quickly as we can, and there'll be no loud bangs or anything, but there will be some background music throughout. I will pass over to Chris for the last hour of today.
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. Welcome to the 210th hour of Adventurers Wanted. What are we doing here? We are playing a tabletop role-playing game. For those who are unaware of what that means, a tabletop role-playing game is where the players to my left and right are characters in a universe, and I portray the rest of the universe. So I handle the monsters that they fight, the creatures that they meet, the allies that they make, all over the course of the next hour. Now, with that awesome amount of power also comes responsibility. So I need to make sure that I'm not being too mean and making things happen to them unfairly. That's why we use dice, such as this 20-sided one here, to determine how well they achieve what they set out to do or how spectacularly they fail, with a 1 being terrible and a 20 being great, if that helps you throughout. We are in hour 210, so there are 209 hours of backstory. I'm not going to try and explain all of that right now because that would be a lot of time spent. I will try and condense this briefly, but if at any point throughout the hour you, any of the players or any of the people in the audience have any questions, you feel free to shout them out and ask. This is a relaxed performance, so there's no issue with that at all. And I do want everyone to make sure they are aware of what's going on and not feeling lost. So, in short, the players to my left and right are crew members of the Spirit of the Horizon, a naval research vessel that, on a mission to explore an old temple, discovered a magical stone tablet. By removing this magical stone tablet from this temple, they awakened an unspeakable evil, and in doing so, managed to set their world alight with horrible, dark god things destroying everything. To escape, they read the spell on said stone tablet and were teleported to a magical new world, Havmar, a world of seas, oceans, pirates, swashbuckling adventure. They are now trying to find pieces of another stone tablet that seems to be very similar to this one in order to put them together, read the spell, and get back home. They are now down to finding one final piece, which they think is in the belly of a creature called Kelanahu, a gigantic dragon turtle, which apparently lives underneath the mountain they currently find themselves in. It is also, apparently, being possessed by a genie called El Dunalid, an orange-skinned water genie that wears terrible blue suits. And said orange-skinned genie is really not a nice thing. They are currently in combat with it, having crashed his party. In doing so, they have murdered a lot of innocent party guests. I'm looking at you. And the genie himself doesn't seem too bothered by this yet, but he has also created a whirlpool in this cavern, which our 2 halfling rogues will find themselves in very shortly, as that's where the people who were playing before them ended up. Great timing. I'm so sorry, guys. You've walked into a terrible mess. Before we dive into the story any further, please would everyone around this table, starting from my left, introduce themselves, the name of their character, and what they do on board ship.
I am Kyla. I play Vrog of Og, who is a halfling rogue. Very interested in algae.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Vachel. I'm playing as Parakos Kholadin, who is a tiefling barbarian, who is enjoying his newly found godliness and is having just so much fun.
Pyrrhus thinks he's a god. He is not.
My name's Mark. I am playing Archimedes Hujikapiv, an elf wizard who is discovering why monster research is better done from a distance than from up close.
Hi, I'm Kai, and I am playing Tyrell, a halfling rogue who is a sailor.
And sailors on board ship.
Creative.
Honestly, on a ship where we have 3 baristas and a huge ton of catering and support staff. Having a few sailors on board is a great thing as well. So thank you very much, Tyrell, for being one of our people doing something more useful on board ship. So can I have the battle music in again, please, Kat? Thank you. To set the scene for you, at this point in time, Archimedes has just shot a lightning bolt at the genie. The genie has taken little damage from said lightning bolt because the genie doesn't take much damage from lightning, as Archimedes discovered to his chagrin. Pyrrhus, Holla, if you will, is currently slashing his way through the party guests who have basically dispersed at this point and just got attacked by one of the water genie's bards, who was playing music in the room and has now appeared out of invisibility and tried to shatter his eardrums. It didn't work. Vrog, you, as you teleport into this crazy situation, appear in the middle of a maelstrom of water, which you are currently trapped in. Tyrell, I'm afraid exactly the same thing happens to you. You are both at this point caught in a whirlpool and unable to free yourselves. Vrog seems more caught than you. We'll get to that when we get to your turns because of the characters you replaced appearing. The teleportation magic that affects the ship still affects it, so people teleport in and out. Weirdly, on top of the hour. It seems to happen when new players appear at the table. I don't know why that happens. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Yeah. No one can explain it. It's totally inexplicable. Right. So, Archimedes, you just blasted a lightning bolt at something that is resistant to lightning damage. Well done. Holla, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm now within 20 feet of it, yes?
You're within 20 feet of the genie, who stands on a slightly raised platform out of the water. The water is raging around your ankles, and you're still taking 5 points of damage every turn, so take that 5 points now.
Okay.
There is a bard next to you in the water who has just tried to shatter your eardrums. He's closer to you than the genie and failed to do so. Just did you a little bit of damage.
Okay, cool.
So what would you like to do?
I'll do that next time then. I attacked the bard who just tried to... That's within 15 feet you said before, right?
Yes, he's close to you, yes.
Okay, and if I dash to him, or if I run to him, would I be going deep in the water?
No, the water's about 5 foot all around this room. The genie raised the water level to about 3 to 4 feet across the room. Okay. On average, it's not a flat floor. And started this whirlpool in the self-same raised water.
And how tall is the bard?
The bard is about 6 foot tall. So 6 foot tall. What is the bard? The bard is a Vosu, one of the fox people that inhabit this world of Havmar.
Can I try to drown the Vosu?
You can grapple the Vosu and then try and stick its head under the water. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Cool. God, I'll roll
yeah,
for that.
Please do.
That's a 19 plus, I don't know what.
It's a grapple check, so athletics for you.
That's 27.
Yeah, you grab this Vosu, this sort of bedraggled, drenched fox creature, and you can shove its head underwater if you want to. That's totally fine.
Yep.
You use your entire action to grapple and ram its head under the water. On its turn, it will start taking damage from the water, or start trying to breathe, which is equally problematic. Right, it is now the bard's turn, who will try and break the grapple. Rolled a 21. Can you roll in retaliation with your athletics?
Sure. That's a natural 20.
Oh, the bard tries to wriggle free, but you just hold it down. It has...
I want to look in its eyes.
Okay.
I want it...
So you're holding it under the water by the neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am the last thing it sees.
Well, it has one more round before it drowns, but only one more round. So,
eye contact.
Yeah, keeping the eye contact. Cool. Okay. That's not creepy at all. Archimedes, the emir, the married Eldonalid, looks at you, reaches a hand out. You need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Not 16? 15.
No, 15.
Can you confirm indeed that is a 15 for me?
12 plus 3. 16, yeah.
Excellent. Good. Just making 100% sure before I murder you. I know.
I died as I lived. Yes.
A stream of water in a massive jet pours out of his hands and rams into you. You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage from the water and are pushed 20 feet away. Now, 20 feet behind you is the cavern wall. So you are slammed into the cavern wall for another 6 points of damage.
Okay.
He then stops the water jet. You are now above the water. You fall into it. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, me.
It's a bad place to be, man.
6.
Nope. And you are now held by the water and also take...
Jesus.
14 points of damage.
Oh, no.
14 points of bludgeoning damage from the water. So you are currently held in the water, going around this whirlpool. You're being dragged into this gigantic whirlpool, and you've taken a ton of bludgeoning damage. How are you feeling?
Like I'm losing faith in the original plan.
Yes.
I mean...
Right. At the bottom of this round, can I ask both of the rogues who are currently held in the water to make perception checks, please? You are currently both under the level of the water. It's about 5 foot tall. You're both trying to sneak around this cavern. You don't need dice.
Oh, I have a backup set.
It's all right. No, we've got loads of back dice.
Oh,
It's
okay,
fine.
cool.
There we go. Show dice. Can you both make perception checks? So roll your 20-sided dice and add your perception modifier to it, please.
6.
A 6.
And a 14.
A 14. I'm afraid you don't see it, Tyrell. But Vrog, the lake in the middle of this room that the Marid flooded to make the room flooded opens out into area underneath you don't know what. You get a weird sense of something moving in the water. You don't know quite what it is yet, but something's definitely moving in that water and is creating a bow wave as it moves.
Is it solid?
Yeah. It may be some sort of turtle that comes from the audience.
Sort of dragon.
Or some sort of dragon. Or maybe some hideous combination of the two.
Wait
Yeah,
a
it's hard to
moment.
know. Tyrell, it is your turn. You are not grappled by the water at the moment, but you will need to roll a strength saving throw as you're still in the water at the top of your turn to make sure you are not.
So I'll do that.
The strength saving throw to start you off, I'm afraid, yes.
Yeah.
Your teleportee left you in something of a predicament.
That's an 18.
18. You are not grappled by the water. You are not swollen. You've managed to hold your own in this whirlpool. You are currently 5 feet beneath the water, so you are underneath the water. All of this mess that I just described with him is happening about 20 feet from you, and you can see where the dais starts to raise out of the water there.
So my head is underwater.
Yes, you have a rebreather on that was gifted to you by some coral dwarves a very long time ago. We could go into it, that's not. So you are currently able to breathe the water, so that's not a problem. But you're also hidden from the creature.
And there's no dry bits at all.
There is a dry bit in front of you that the genie is standing on, and you know
Okay.
the genie's there because that's where you last saw him.
Yeah.
Tyrell, just kill him.
You can't hear him, but you hear the water.
Yeah. Could
Whatever you want to do, nothing is wrong. You could shoot.
Can I attempt to? I mean, I know that I am underwater.
Yes.
Can I try and do a stealth, a sneak attack where I swim up behind
Mhm.
Genie, climb out and stab him in the back with my rapier,
You-
and probably get murdered immediately after?
You absolutely can. There's nothing stopping you doing that. So you can climb out the water, and you're still hidden because you're a halfling rogue. So therefore, your base sneak level is so high that it won't be able to see you until it notices the rapier sticking in it somewhere. So by all means, make that sneak attack. Oh, you roll your 20-sided dice,
Yeah.
and then you add the modifier on your rapier,
I'm
please.
very paranoid about.
It's all right.
No.
Don't worry.
So that's a 16
Plus.
plus.
No,
Well,
no,
it says 11
it says
on the
11 on
sheet.
there. Just what's on your sheet, please?
Yeah, 11.
So that is a 27. Yeah, that definitely hits him. His armor class is way lower than that. So roll for damage, which is your rapier's damage, and then you add 7d6 on top of that. So I'll let you add all those up together to see how much damage you do to him while we move on to the other rogue, who is in a worse predicament.
That's for the whole
Frog, you are
D6
currently
you're gonna
being
do.
dragged
So it's
around this
1d8
whirlpool. You need to make a strength
plus-
saving throw to get out of it.
That's the
And then
20-sided, and add your strength modifier. Strength saving throw, so the bottom box.
4
Mm-hmm.
plus 7.
That's this one here.
12.
Wait, you both pointed and I didn't see.
Oh, sorry. This one here.
Oh, okay. Mine was 25.
So what did you roll?
That 4 minus 1, which is 1.
3. You rolled a 3. So you are still held in the grips of this whirlpool. You can take no actions, and you take 6 points of damage as the water buffets you around.
Can I attempt to proceed with a series of acrobatic moves to try and propel my body out of the whirlpool?
I will let you make a series of acrobatic moves, absolutely. It will have no effect on the whirlpool, but why not, for style?
But to propel me out of it. Like
It's not acrobatics, it's athletics to swim.
In that case, I will save my strength and
Yep.
do that.
Okay, that's the end of Rog's turn. How much damage did you do?
26.
26 points of damage to the genie as you roll out. Where do you stab him?
Between the shoulder blades.
Between the shoulder blades from behind.
Yeah, I have to sort of
Jump up.
jump a little bit.
So, Tyrell rolls out of the water, runs up the genie, and just jumps and manages to get your blade right in between his shoulder blades for 24 points of damage.
26.
26, I'm sorry, 26 points of damage. You stab in. There is an as he's not happy about that, the laughter seems to fade from his lips as he turns around. Your rapier is still stuck between his shoulder blades, out of your hands, I'm afraid, looking at you and goes, "That was not a good idea."
I'm only here for an hour.
He looks confused, like you've referenced an out-of-universe thing he doesn't understand. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
I'm not good at that. That's a 15.
A 15. You don't take psychic damage for breaking the game, so that's fine. Very good, thank you. Right, Archimedes, you are currently being buffeted by water. You need to make a strength saving throw again to not buffeted by water.
Oh, natural 20.
There you go. Archimedes, you right yourself in the water and stand, ready to strike.
Oh, I'm stood out of the water.
You've managed to stand up, yes.
Oh, I had a whole plan about being in the water.
You can get back in the water if you want.
No, no,
I
no.
wouldn't recommend it.
No.
You're in the water. It's still swilling around your
Oh.
midriff, but you're not taking
I had
damage
a
from
whole
it.
thing. It was going to involve seahorses. It was going to be great.
You can still do that. That sounds awesome. Let's do
I'll
that.
save it for later.
Fine. Summon seahorses. That's also a cool thing to do, yeah.
Oh, that would have been better.
Seahorses don't do much damage, mate, but okay. Yeah.
It's character building. I'm gonna chromatic orb the dude.
You're going to chromatic orb the dude.
The genie being the dude.
You're going to chromatic orb the genie.
Yes.
At what level are you going to chromatic orb the genie?
It's normally 1. So I'm gonna go 5th.
5th level spell to chromatic orb the genie. It's a spell attack roll, please.
I'm gonna go with acid. I feel like he can't have specials against that. Maybe.
You've chosen acid.
I've chosen acid.
That's a shame. He takes half damage from that.
Well, it might not
What'd you
hit.
hit? Acid, lightning. Those are
Those are the 2.
no, there's 3, but
It's a 17 to hit.
17 to hit.
Yes.
You just hit him with the acid splash.
Cool.
Roll for damage.
3d8 plus 70.
Roll that damage.
Cool. So 8. Good stuff. 12. 14. 15. 19. 27. 28 total acid damage.
28 total. It's not as much as you wanted to do, was it?
I feel like it's going to get lower as well.
It is, because it's halved to
Yeah.
14. So he takes 14 points of acid damage as it strikes him. And once again, looks at you, laughs, and goes, "Did you not read about genies in your books, librarian?"
I just wanted to give you a fighting chance. It's, that can change.
Roll a deception check.
Okay. 17.
He shrugs. All right, okay. Cool. Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. That's totally your game, man.
Bro. Barbarian, help!
I'm underwater just drowning, just having a
Yeah.
very intimate moment.
Just
in the
drowning
ocean.
someone. That's all he's doing is just drowning. continuous
Unblinking
drowning.
this entire time.
You're blinking this.
No, he's unblinking.
He's
sorry.
unblinking, is looking the whole way down. It's only 6 seconds a turn, technically. So 6 seconds of unregistered not blinking is all right. We can all do that. Yeah.
Can't stop blinking.
All right. Okay. Holla, it is your turn. Do you want to keep grappling the
Yeah.
Because you have it grappled, you can technically attack as well.
Okay.
But if you break the grapple to...
What I was thinking was I had both hands around its neck and just pressing in,
Okay.
strangling the thing.
It's going to die on its next turn if it doesn't break this anyway because it's running out of air.
Okay. Well.
You can, but you have actions. Just I'm not sure what you want to do with these actions because you're already
Yeah.
holding the grapple.
If I attack it, does that break the grapple? Does that
You can hold it with one hand and punch it.
I'll do that.
Okay, roll an attack. Insult to injury, really, isn't it?
Oh, that's 8.
Yeah, it hits it.
Oh,
So
come.
as it drowns, you just poof in the water once. You have 3 attacks per round. So you want to keep doing that?
Yes!
Go for it.
That's a 2.
That doesn't hit. So you manage to try to punch it, just moves its head out of the way.
That's a natural 20.
So 2 plus 3. Right, it takes a little bit of damage from that, but it's honestly more worried about drowning than about getting punched in the face. But, you know, it looked cool. Right, it's the bard's turn. Come on, baby. Nope! Does not break the grapple. Loses consciousness. Starts to drown.
Okay, great.
That bard is toast. Bye, bard. Missed you. Right. But it is now Elden Elite's turn, and he is getting mighty angry. I wonder why. I really wonder why he'd be getting angry at this point. He looks at the little halfling in front of him, and instead of this jet of water, he just looks at you and goes, laughs, raises his hands, and the level of the water in the entire room goes up by another 5 feet. You are now also affected by the water, as everyone else is.
So what level is that? We're at 9 feet now.
It's now 10 feet up.
10 feet.
It's 10 feet up. Hold on, I need you to make a strength check. I need you to make a strength check as well. See if you're affected by the whirlpool.
That's 17.
17.
That's 3.
A 3. Hollow, you're fine. You're just holding your ground, and no one's really surprised. I'm afraid, Tyrell, you are swept away. You take...
Oh.
No, there's no ability save for this strength check. She rolled the strength check. That is... Ooh! 2 8s on 2 8-sided dice. I'm sorry. 16 points of damage as the water buffets you as you are dragged away. Everyone is now being affected by this, and we'll have to check every turn until they do something about it. Yeah, I know. Right. At this point, out of the lake, a gigantic head just pokes out. It can't fit its body into this room. All that's happened is that Kellenar, who's gigantic dragon turtle, it's basically just a turtle with some slightly draconic features, pokes out of the water looking at all of you. At which point Eldonani laughs and goes, "And here is my pet. Go on, show them what you can do." I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Yeah, they just said it does.
10.
10,
12.
12,
17.
17, 5. You all take 52
What?
points of heat damage as a billowing cloud of steam fills the room. Eldonelli takes it too. He does not care. This isn't an area of effect, it's a cone. And it's not a dex saving throw. So, how much damage has everyone taken? You're unconscious?
Yeah, I'm out.
I am on 18 hit points.
18 hit points?
I'm still alive.
What you got?
50.
50?
Sorry, how do I work that out?
Take 52 off your hit point total, which is in the box, the 4th row down on the right. Yes. So, the wizard's gone. Everyone has a potion of supreme healing that they can use as a bonus action on their turn. We talked about it at the beginning of this.
Yeah, no, it's...
It is an action to feed it to someone else, but you can use it on your turn on yourself as a bonus action, if you're not being buffeted by a whirlpool, of course. So Holler's still alive. You're still alive.
Barely, yeah.
Barely. You're still alive.
Just about.
He's not. Blah, 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 blah. Lovely. Tyrell, it's your turn. You need to make a strength saving throw to not be buffeted to death by the whirlpool.
16.
16. You just about managed to stand. It is not affecting you at this point. You can take actions. What would you like to do?
Well, I think first of all, how far am I from Archimedes?
You and Archimedes are both being swirled around the room in an increasing arc as for a whirlpool, so he's only ever within 10 feet of you. You could very easily get to him.
Yeah, I would like to swim over
Mhm.
and give Archimedes my potion. Would that work?
You're giving him your potion.
Or, I mean, do I have permission to use yours?
He's
His
hard-
head bobs up and
not
down.
hard
It looks
to
like
ask.
he's nodding.
So
Say
you're gonna
nothing if
find
you want
his
me to use
potion.
your health potion.
Yes.
So you're going to
Yeah.
find his potion and then give him his potion.
Yes.
Okay, it's not easily visible, so you're
Can
going to
I
have to search
use
for it.
sleight of hand?
Investigation to find it. At disadvantage, it's in water, it's flowing around. Not for this.
Alright, so I rolled a 10.
A 10. That was my line. You managed to find the potion on his belt. You can feed it to him.
Yay!
You get 10d4 plus 20. I'm going to let you roll that while we keep going.
Sweet.
Actually, no, you fed it to him. You rolled that and let him
Oh,
have it.
I have.
There we go.
I have 80
Frog,
10
Yes.
plus 20.
you are
Yeah.
currently in the water. You are still trying to
Yeah.
strength save to
Oh,
get out of the water, so make that strength save first.
So that's
18,
17. Yeah, you're absolutely fine. You can take actions. What would you like to do?
Can I attempt to... My shot bow, is that like a normal...
It is indeed a normal short bow.
Okay, great. Can I attempt to shoot a line to a wall in the room and use it to anchor myself, like pull myself out of the whirlpool?
I would say that you can use a cunning action as a rogue to tie a rope around the end of it, and you can use that to shoot at the wall and try and impact the wall enough of an angle to stick in, and then you are secure for your next turn.
Yes.
Is that good?
Yes.
Cool. Use the action to tie it on. Make the attack roll against the wall with 20-sided dice. Yeah, you've got to hit it hard enough for the arrow to lodge.
19.
Yeah, that's definitely hard enough plus your modifier. You shoot out an arrow and it nails into the wall solidly. You are now held and no longer affected by the whirlpool. Yes! Well done. Yeah, that's some inventive D&D play, guys. I like inventive D&D play.
Can I...
No, that's all your actions, but
Okay.
no. Archimedes, you're alive!
43!
43. Roll a strength saving throw.
Ah, come on. 6!
No, you're held by the water and you take
43.
11 points of damage from as the water keeps buffeting you around. And you can take no actions because this game is mean. Holla,
Yeah.
you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, oh. That's a critical failure.
Yeah, I can see that critical failure right there. As the barbarian, the mighty barbarian, is also grabbed and sucked away by the water for 10 points of damage. And you can't take actions on this turn. I am sorry, that is how the dice fall.
Okay.
At which point, the married is not affected by the waterfall. He's not affected by anything in the water that would make it move him around because he is a creature of water. And just slowly swims across as all you guys go around him.
I'm stuck to the wall.
As Vrog holds on and most of the others goes flying around the edge of this waterfall. He goes over to Kelanahu, touches it on the head and says, "You're with me, aren't you?" And the turtle nods. Everyone make an Arcana check.
16.
16?
12.
12?
21.
21?
13 from the wizard.
13. I think everyone above a 10, so yeah, that's fine. You all notice that it nods, but its nod is faltering. It is being charmed by it. It doesn't want to be doing what it's doing, but it is. And the genie uses the last of its movement to swing onto the thing's back. Well, onto its head. It's the back of its head. That's all you can see right now. So it swings onto there. Right. It is now Kelanahu's turn. The head goes back under the water, with taking the genie with it, and it disappears.
What?
So we win! Show everyone!
Sure. Tyrell, it is your turn. You need to make a strength saving throw to take any actions first, please. Sorry. It's Waterfall. Whirlpool.
That's a 17.
Yeah, you can take actions.
Woohoo!
What would you like to do? There are currently no enemies in this room. The whirlpool is continuing and your friends are being buffeted around.
I would like to swim back to that podium that the genie was on from earlier.
Sure. It's slightly higher, so you can stand here. At this point, you are managing to stand out of it. So the water's raging around you, but you're now at a little point where you can stand with your head above water.
Is there any obvious exit?
No. Make a perception check.
15.
15. You have the perspicacity to look up. Above you, there is a crack. It's clearly a natural ravine has formed at the top of this cavern, and it looks like that might be a way out. No one checked perception in the room since we started this combat. Fools!
There were more important things.
Sure. You have now seen it. You still have an action, I believe. So whatever you want to do with that information.
Well, I could leave all of you for dead.
You could.
But I won't.
Oh, that's very good of you. Thank you. I'm sure they all appreciate it hugely.
It's great value watching entertainment.
I would say that if you want to help someone who is currently held in the whirlpool, they could roll their strength saving throw with advantage to not be affected by this on their next turn.
Then I am going to help a barbarian friend whose in-character name I've forgotten. Holla.
Yeah.
Oh yes, inventor of tennis.
That's correct. You reach out and grab the barbarian's arm as he swings past, and you get advantage on your next check, which isn't yet. Vrog, you've managed to hold yourself. You've seen Tyrell come out of the water and stand as much as she can on this plinth. The whirlpool is still going. Your friends are still being buffeted by it. She's clearly seen something. Have you pointed out to her where this crack in the wall is?
Let's say retroactively I have.
Sure, I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. So you point at the crack in the wall and you see where she's aiming at.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Can I loop the rope that I'm already holding onto around
Yes.
my body?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
that I am, held
Yes.
in place and then now have both hands.
Yes, absolutely.
And then attempt to do the exact same thing, but up, so that it's anchoring
Sure.
me into the highest point of that crack.
Absolutely, you may. Go for it. You try to fire the arrow into the wall, and your aim is true. You hit where you tried to hit, but it's not strong enough to pierce the rock. It just bounces off and lands.
Hang on, is that with this?
Yes.
10,
So what's the total roll?
15.
No, it's still not enough. You manage to get it up, and it bounces off. But the arrow's attached to a rope, so you can pull it back in and try again. That's totally fine on your next turn. You could also move up onto the same plinth she's on if you wanted to.
Yes.
Right. So you are all moving in the right direction. Good news all round. Archimedes, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I presume I have to do this strength save again.
Yes, you do.
So we'll see. It's a 5.
No, you're still being caught in this whirlpool, still being
I have
swirled
such a
around
good plan.
and around and around.
Sorry, I just realised I helped the wrong person.
You're fine.
That's also true, but that's power playing, and we don't approve of that. Holler, you can roll your strength check to not be affected by this with advantage.
Ooh, okay.
I know, right?
Fancy hell. That's okay. That's 13, and that was okay. So good. That was a 1.
So you rolled a 13 plus 11.
20. No, plus 8.
Oh, plus 8. I'm sorry.
21. Yes.
21. You're fine. You can stand. You see how Vrog is trying to shoot arrows into the ceiling to try and get to this crack. So you've seen it as well. You've been helped by Tyrell, who is probably also giving you advice on where to go. What do you want to do?
How far is Vrog from me?
Vrog is currently within about 10 feet of you.
Okay. Were you making strength checks to shoot?
Just an attack.
No, it was just a little attacker, wasn't it?
Yep.
I ask, do you mind if I try?
Go for it.
Okay. Then I do what she was doing. I try to fire the arrows to the measure of them. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You're not proficient with short. Actually, what are you? You're a barbarian. You are
Yes.
proficient with short bows. You've used them before. You know what you're doing. So use your normal attack bonus.
Okay. That's 16.
16 is enough.
Oh,
Just.
I'll get it there.
This tiny short bow on this gigantic tiefling looks somewhat ridiculous, like a man playing with a child's toy. And yet, Holler takes it and shoots the bow, and it nails into the roof exactly by this crevice, and you now have a rope leading up to said crevasse.
Very well. After you.
Holly, that is you still have movement, so you could move up the rope if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do that.
That's an athletics check. So.
I did say after you, but also I don't know.
Not how turn-based combat works, guys.
That's 26.
26. Yeah, you scale this rope and are up by the crevasse. It's absolutely fine. Do you want to check the rope, make sure it's in tight?
I would like to, yes.
Yeah, it's fine. You rolled relatively high, so that's in. That's lodged. You wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah. Cool. Right, that was Hollis' turn. Nope. Tyrell, this rope is now there. You can climb up it if you wish. Or your wizard is still being swirled around the whirlpool.
I think I'll help Archimedes this time.
Okay, so you use your help action to help Archimedes with his roll. Splendid. Frog, the rope is there. The way is clear.
Yay! I would like to scale it and try and assist once I'm up there, help from above.
To pull people up if necessary.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's you're a rogue, so with movement and cunning action, that should be fine. If you make a acrobatics check for me to climb up the rope.
17 plus 12.
Yeah, it's less of a pull, it's more of a sort of scamper, like a cat burglar. But you do manage to make your way up the rope, and you are now standing at the top with Holler by this crevasse. So far, so good. Archimedes! A lot depends on 2 dice rolls.
It's a good start.
What is it?
So it's a 16 total. 17 minus 1.
Yeah, it's just enough. You managed to sort it out. You are now standing in this water, librarian. You've managed to make your way up to this point.
So I'm just by myself in the water?
No, Tyrell's helping you.
Right, so you're right next to me?
Yes.
Amazing. I'm going to cast Fly on both of us. Like, immediately.
You both rise out of the water. You're no longer being affected by the whirlpool.
It's
That
very whimsical.
you do note at this point is now also starting to slowly subside as the genie moves further away.
Yeah, I thought. We'll go for escape. He's going down. Genie's going down.
The genie went into the lake. Your friends are on the crevasse. Below you is this lake that is the water is slowly stopping swirling and starting to sink back into the lake as the genie is now long gone.
The plan? That'll be the last of what I can do. Got 10 minutes of flying. I fly out of the water with movement.
Yeah,
just
you're both. I'm going to allow you
Sweet.
both float up out of the water, so you're no longer being affected by it, and that's all dealt with. Holler, it's your turn. You're currently standing by this crevasse. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Of course. 12. That's 12, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You turn and look in the corridor behind you, just to have a look and see what's there. It's just a crevasse going back into the rock.
Oh. Right. This is unfortunate.
Might be a way out. You gonna look into the crevasse? Cool. Holler makes his way into the crevasse. Right. Tyrell, you're flying. What's that feel like?
It's very whimsical. There's lots of backflips.
Tyrell starts backflipping around the scene of the combat that nearly killed all of you, and it's rather sweet. Rather endearing. Yeah.
So there's grass up above, the genie and the turtle dragon have.
Oh, they're long gone.
Yeah.
You could go
down a
down
little
through the
hole.
lake. Yeah, the lake. If you fly over and look down, you want a perception check for me?
That is
16.
16.
Cool.
No, sorry, 14.
14. That's fine. As you look down into this pool, this lake, underground lake, it seems to go down quite a long way, and you can see moving water underneath it, almost like it leads through to an underground river. Sorry. So there is very clearly water movement underneath here. So there is clearly more you could go through if you went down there.
I really want my rapier back full. I point the river out to Archimedes next to me, and I say to him, "Did you mention a plan?"
I did have a potential plan. I don't know how much I can say.
This talk is a free action.
The dragon turtle creature is being charmed. I might be able to end that charm. I feel like an ally is better than an enemy.
Can't argue with that.
She says while scraping the burned skin all over her body from when its steam breath nearly killed her.
When it did kill me.
Wow.
I'd rather have that pointing the other way. So, down.
You look up at the crevasse and Vrog's there, but Holler's gone.
Oh. He's a useful meat shield. I mean, ally is what I meant to say.
Perception, do I hear this?
Yeah, go for it.
5.
No.
I feel like the two of us can't do it without the other two.
No, it's almost as if this were a cooperative endeavour.
Role playing.
Where did he go?
We went down the crevasse to see if there was a way out.
Right.
I've lost sight of him now.
Do we wait?
I could
think we
attempt
should
to shout down the crevasse to see if he can help.
Indeed,
hear
you
me.
could. Yeah.
What am I doing to
Just shouting, just talking.
do that? Can you hear me?
Holler, make a perception check.
That's a 19.
You hear Vrog shouting from back in the room saying, Holler, can you hear me? Holler, do you care? Guys, you work in theatre.
I wanted to make
I walk on. Yeah.
You
Did
don't,
you
don't
say
turn around.
anything? Ignore.
You don't turn around, you ignore her.
Well, no, she says, can you hear me? It's like, yeah, obviously. You know, walk on.
Can you answer if you hear me?
Lovely. Tyrell, it is sort of the end of your turn. Is there
yeah.
anything particular you want to do before
I
the end of that turn?
suppose
So we're not
I-
out of initiative yet.
I do fly up. Sorry?
10 minutes, I should
Alright.
think. It's so I know how long we've got left, don't
Yeah,
worry.
I fly up to the top of that crevasse, and I would like to use. How far is Hollow more than 10 feet in?
Holler's moved in. He moved in his full movement on his turn, so he's moved 30 feet inside. So
Okay.
you could go in.
Yeah, I say to Archimedes, I think it's better if we all stick together, and I follow Holla into the.
You make it about 10
crevasse.
feet, because you really that's movement with the fly. You do still have a fly spell effect on yourself.
Yeah.
Archimedes, what would you like to do?
I'm not going in there alone, so I'm a I'll let the rock off the plate ladies first.
Sorry, Vrog is non-gender specific.
Oh no, wait, frog, no, but the oh sorry, my
Non-gendered.
I'll
We
look
both
really
are to make it extra confusing.
I'll look really awkward for a minute. Sorry, that's just flying.
Sorry, it's just a polite thing to do.
Yeah,
Right.
Sorry.
It's all good, don't worry. At which point you land and say, would you let... and just sort of gesture if you'd like to go first. Cool.
Sure.
Holla. Can you make a perception check, please?
15.
Add your perception.
That's
That's
not
the nil.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Did I? No, it's fine. Okay. No, I'll ask.
What's your armor class?
17. That's always reassuring when the GM chuckles.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. From behind, you feel something.
Why from behind?
It's always from behind, you know it. From behind, you feel something grab you, and you are lifted off the floor.
Uh-huh.
Make an athletics check.
That would be a 19.
Athletics check.
Oh, sorry. No, what I'm doing. 15.
15.
Yeah.
You are currently held in place. You don't quite know what's going on as you are pulled out of the crevasse. Upwards.
Okay, cool.
Tyrell, you've walked in. You have blind sense constantly. You have blind sense constantly as a rogue, so within 10 feet, even if it's dark, you can see everything within 10 feet of you.
Yeah.
Holla's not there. Within 10 feet of you.
I assume that Varg also can see me then if I hold up my hand to say stop.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know thieves can or anything, do we?
Yeah, you both know thieves can.
Oh, is there a thieves can to say our ally has been sucked up into the ceiling
Sure.
Or just
It
he's
would take you
disappeared?
3 times as long to say it as our ally's been sucked up into the ceiling. You don't know he's sucked up, you know he's disappeared. Say our ally's disappeared, it would take you 3 times as long, and is mostly used for in conversation. People don't understand if you're around other people who speak common.
Well, I just
It's not
wasn't
like-
sure if the thing has ears.
Oh, I see. Then you say something to the tune of Cockney rhyming slang around our allies disappeared, which you understand. You don't.
What?
Thieves in the parlour?
There's no apples or chairs around here.
Frog, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Thank you.
Well, I've stopped, obviously, because
Mhm,
you've
she
just
told you to
told
stop.
me sorry, I can't remember your name.
Holla.
Hola.
It's okay, I'm
has
dead now.
disappeared.
Pretty sure this is how I died.
What would be a useful thing to do about this?
You could try and look more carefully, see if you can see what's going on. You are a halfling and can't see in the dark. You do have arrows, though.
Use arrows as echolocation.
No, that's insane. No, don't do that. You could light.
It's something Holyrood do.
You could, for example, light one on fire and shoot it. That's absolutely fine.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, can I light an arrow on fire and shoot it as far up as I...
Sure. You use your cunning action to light the arrow and then shoot it into the crevasse.
What am I rolling for this?
Just an attack roll. But just your bow. The on your bow.
Oh, okay. So 17.
17. The arrow goes arcing into the crevasse over your head, Tyrell, and this glowing red light. It's a crevasse. It just goes in. It's quite raggedy. There doesn't seem to be anything there. Holla's definitely not there. Are you looking up because you know something is up, or because your character wants to look up?
It
My
worked as
character
well
wants to
last
look
time.
up because it makes sense.
Well, yeah, because you would have shot the...
Oh, you didn't arc with it. Go over ahead. Sure. Look up.
15.
You look up. You get the faintest glimpse of 8 legs, a chittering maw, as a colossal spider crouches over the top of this crevasse, which goes into a cave above it. Holla being held by a web by one pedipalp in front of it. What time are we on? Yeah, that's where we're going to end this hour. That's where we're going to pause it. Thank you so much, guys. I'll hand over to Kat, who is horrified.
Anybody else want to swap tomorrow morning? No? Oh my god, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do feel free to come back. We are here until next Monday, potentially from 5 to 10. Every day except for Thursday or Friday. If you want to come back to what, you can. If you do want to play, you can put your place sign up on the office here on the website. We're also live streaming at twitch.tv/adventureswanted and my live adventures update. So get me all get in touch. Yeah, come back and join us. We're going to quickly put into these sessions and cheeky plug for a few things that are happening as well.
Cheeky Kita, somewhere in the ether, is at the Counting Camp, 2:45, and Thieves is in this room in the next few minutes.
You're in Thief?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's really, really good, but
Cool.
not for the faint of heart.
Fair enough. We also have an equally terrifying play. It exposes the truth of our actors and how they're all shits. They're just terrible people. It's called Size Matters. It's on every day except Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, Wednesday and
Yeah.
Thursday we're not
Yeah.
on here.
Well, it's at 6:20 every day until Sunday, our last day. Please do come see it. It's comedy. Thursday, Friday.
Oh, Thursday, Friday. Sorry, of course it is.
24th and 25th.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Basically, everyone's confused. A spider's just been here.
A colossal spider. Colossal in D&D terms.
But you know where you
It's
won't find
big.
giant spiders, though, is at Loud Poets, which is on between 9 and 10. That's PM at the Scottish Storytelling Centre. It's on and from now until the 28th, but you want to go on the 24th, because that's when I'm there. Spoken word poetry, baby.
Whoop, whoop.
And music, all that good stuff, but no spiders. No spiders.
Certainly no 20-foot by 20-foot spiders.
I cannot promise no 20 foot by 20 foot spiders.
I certainly can't.
I am also in Size Matters, like Thatcher said, 620 Holyrood Suite, every day except this
Imagine how
Thursday and
funny
Friday.
it is.
Actually, it's very funny.
It's
I'm
terrifying
in
and
it.
funny.
I'm really
You're
funny
Scared of that. It was
Excellent.
really
and really
comedies.
talented. Vatchel's also there.
Good. That seems fair. That seems like a fair assessment.
Thanks, Kai.
I feel like we are going to end this hour and stay. Come back to the
Thank you so much, Stream. See you tomorrow morning.